What's up, y'all? It's your boy Forest King Sam. Don't ask why, just welcome to the channel. And today I really wanted you guys to get to know me. I am not going to be your typical YouTuber. I'm not the guy who is going to take the most powerful commander and optimize the deck or show you all of the best staple cards. That's not really who I am. I'm more somebody who really likes building with a restraint, like budget or a commander that doesn't seem to want to be in the spotlight. Maybe one with a really niche strategy, you know. So usually it's one that I can either Voltron out and protect, you know, with white protection or black recursion, or maybe blue protection, or it's one that is innocuous and probably wouldn't have been a target for removal most of the game anyway. Yeah, so shout goes out to Cure for the Common Game, Grazzet MTG, Better Commander, EDH Deckbuilding, and Commander's Quarters for all their content over the years. Actually, I'll link you in the description to all of these, but if you want to go to Commander's Quarters and check out Mitch's deck for Derevi, Imperial Tactician, that was actually one that he made for me. I was the patron that he did that for, so I'm really proud of that one. I actually do have that deck in paper, but that's not the one that I want to talk to you about today. Today I wanted to go over all of the colors in 3 commanders. We're going to talk about Rutha, Mercurial Artist. We're going to talk about Greasefang, Okiba Boss. And we're going to talk about Ayumi, the Last Visitor. Let's really get into it. Greasefang is maybe my favorite deck to play because it is powerful. The creatures that really do all the damage get snuck out onto the battlefield, and Greasefang herself doesn't really warrant a lot of removal. All she does is tap to make something else come online, and those things tend to be bigger threats and more of a lightning rod for your removal spells. I call my Greasefang deck my certified pre-owned deck because it wants to take vehicles and recycle them out of the graveyard and then pitch them into the graveyard to redo it again and do it again and do it again. Greasefang wasn't interesting to me until I opened her in a pack. I had seen the spoilers and everything and I wasn't exactly interested, but then I decided, you know, Orzhov vehicles might be fun to reanimate. It's a 3-cost commander, why not do this? So yeah, she's really good. She likes cheating in big threats and moving them out of the way of harm until my next turn. In this deck, I really like to recur Reaver Titan, Knight Paladin, and of course Parhelion II. Like, these things, as soon as they come out and as soon as they start swinging, they do so much damage. The biggest part of this deck, the biggest challenge I should say in making this deck, was really trying to find the balance between having enough vehicles to put out and ways to ditch vehicles from my hand or from the graveyard. So we started to accomplish that with things like Bone Shards that'll blow something else up if I sacrifice my Parhelion from the board. I've got Dockside Chef that can allow me to sacrifice a creature like my Reaver Titan to draw cards. And I also have Currency Converter, and that card is supposed to make sure that I can draw a card and pitch a vehicle from my hand into the graveyard so that I can use it this turn if I have Greasefang online. I love that Greasefang gives them haste as well. She is definitely my favorite commander at the moment. Rutha, Mercurial Artist, helms my Shy Artsy type deck. She is a very mana-hungry commander, and she's not the obvious Izzet commander from Strixhaven, but she is interesting to me because her ability to copy spells has the cost of putting her back in your hand, and that makes her a resilient combo piece. If I were to cast a Brainstorm and decide to copy it, that means that Rutha is going into my hand before anything goes on the stack. You can't respond to her going to my hand. It's part of the cost of the spell. And I really like that. She wants to copy red rituals like Seething Song, Jeska's Will. I really like Brass's Bounty. And then she wants to put all of that mana into red spells, big X spells like Jaya's Immolating Inferno, or maybe even mill you out with Blue Sun Zenith. It really is a fun way to play this commander, and I like to sneak her out onto the battlefield. I like to get extra uses out of her with things like sneak attack, ether vial. I'm not somebody who wants to wait the whole turn cycle and pay a whole 5 mana on top of whatever else I was doing. No, I figured out ways to make this deck run a little bit better. It is not the best deck in the world. Like I said, there are better Izzet commanders, or more obvious ones anyway, from that set. But I am having a lot of fun with Rutha, and I think that you would too. Ayumi the Last Visitor. I call this deck my Forest Spirits deck because I looked at Ayumi and I saw that she had 7 power, and I was like, okay, so you're a 3-hit kill. That's great. You know, Demo told me that that's a really great way to look at a commander. And also, she has evasion on her. Is it great evasion? Legendary Landwalk? Turns out, no. At least within my pod, there aren't usually legendary lands out for, especially not for every player. So what am I doing here? I decided I'm going to go with a Forest Walk build. I decided, you know what? I'm not going to not let her be evasive. If you have a legendary land out, cool, I'm going to hit you in the face. And if not, why don't I play Yavimaya and make everything into a forest? Then I can tap my Ivy Dancer to give Ayumi evasion in the form of Forest Walk. The concept is taking big creatures like Patron of the Orochi, Neogen of Life's Web, or Thundering Nightmare, giving them Forest Walk with things like Ivy Dancer, Dryad's Favor, or Nature's Cloak, and then making sure opponents have Forest, if they don't already, with Mystic Compass, Yavimaya Cradle of Growth, and Lush Growth. I also mixed in a heavy spirit theme and arcane spells. I really leaned into the theme of this one. That was really the idea here. And yeah, this is the kind of stuff I'm going to bother y'all with. I don't want you to build the best decks. I want you to build quirky stuff that won't work in any other format. I want you to look at cards for their unorthodox value. And let me know what your most against the grain or off the wall lists look like. Please like and subscribe, helps the channel out a lot, and have a great day.